Welcome to the DL, the podcast show that talks about everything to do with truck repair and diagnostics for the heavy truck and construction industry. I am your host, Tyler Robertson, CEO and founder of Diesel Laptops. Welcome to the DL. I am your host, Tyler Robertson. I am here today to talk to you about everything to do with heavy truck diagnostics and the repair side of things. So today on the DL, we are actually going to be talking to someone from Diesel Emissions Services. So Junior, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
So Junior, let's just start with the basics. Who is Diesel Emissions Services and what do you guys do?
So Diesel Emissions Service is a company out of California that specializes in aftermarket diesel particulate filters, retrofit emissions, and DPF cleaning in general.
So you have a couple branches here. So you actually make DPF cleaning machines, and these are like the big ones that you put typically in a repair facility somewhere.
Yeah, that's correct. We do.
Right. So you have that division of your company. You also sell DPF filters. That's another business line.
Yep.
And what's the retrofit line? I know California. Hey, for me, California is like it's like Mars. I know nothing about how the world works over there with the carb and all that. So yeah. What's the retrofit business side of that? What's going on there?
California has a huge market for trucks that are pre-2006. 2007 is when the OEs came out with diesel particulate filters. So pre-2007, those trucks all have to be retrofitted or have a particulate filter installed. And so the aftermarket program that we have is we've gone above and beyond to try and make sure that the products that are going on these vehicles are adequate and that the systems will work and the customers will be happy at the end of the day. So.
Okay. But all three of those things we just mentioned, you don't do any of those things there, right? So what do you do for Diesel Emissions Services?
Oh, so for me in Diesel Emissions Service, I'm the warranty manager and training manager for the company. So I train on diesel particulate filters, how they work, what they do, and why they do what they do, and how to make them work with the engines. In terms of aftermarket, it's a little bit tricky getting an engine that's not used to having a diesel particulate filter near it to make it work proper with an engine. So.
Yep. All right. So you guys have physical stores also out there that you're doing these retrofits. Is that primarily the business is the retrofits at these facilities, or is it general truck repair?
The primary business at our facilities is DPF cleaning.
Okay.
That's our primary business. But we do filter installations, retrofits, and diesel engine repair as well.
All right. So you didn't start there, I guess. You've been with Diesel. Well, when did you start? How did you work up through the company?
So I started with the company in 2004. I started in the truck shop working on trucks. I've moved from the truck shop to our engine building department. We have a 1,000 horsepower dyno. We build engines, transmissions, and do all those kinds of things engine related. In 2008, we shifted to the emission side of things for retrofit. And I really shifted my side of the business to the after treatment because we knew that's where the market was going. So I really shifted my job there. So
well, tell you what, I've met Steve Hoke a couple times, your boss.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't sound like he sleeps. Like he is all over the place. He's telling me now that he's going like overseas and he's got all these things going on.
Yeah.
So you guys are moving him fast. It appears like.
Yeah. So we'll be in India in February at a couple shows, visiting some customers. So yeah, it's gonna be cool.
So why India?
Because Steve is everywhere. Because the products we manufacture and the stuff we put out is good products, and we have quality drives us. That's our motto, and that's kind of why we're going there.
Yeah. So I mean, I heard India, obviously a huge population. When people think how big the U.S. is, multiply that by 3 or 4, and you get to India's size. Number one. Number two, I believe they're going to that ultra low sulfur diesel or low sulfur diesel fuel, and I think that's a big. I don't know if people understand that quite. That was one of the things that had to happen back in 2007 in order for DPF filters to even function.
Right.
It was the fuel change. And what you're seeing now is India doing that. You're seeing that overseas, and China starting to happen over there. Europe's obviously been leading that for a while.
Absolutely.
But it's becoming a worldwide thing, not just a U.S. emissions thing any longer. So for companies like yours, like mine, ton of potential out there if you want to look outside the borders of North America to go find business.
People don't realize that diesel particulate filters have been in use in Europe since the 80s. It's not a new concept. It's not a new product. It works well. It's just a matter of getting them to work well together. So
So you're a lot like Dustin Carnes, who's our trainer. He was never an educator or an instructor or trained that way. Yeah. So I guess, you're a trainer.
Yeah.
We're at our training classes. You're here this week learning our classes. And, because we're obviously going to announce that we're working with you guys and putting our classes at your facilities. Yep. What's it been like so far? What's the first couple training classes been like?
So the first couple training classes have been mind-blowing. The stuff you guys are putting out, the content that you're giving your end users and your people here, it's fantastic information. I'm blown away with the electrical course. The after treatment class, really, really good information in terms of what the system does and how it works. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we found out is people, they're just begging for training. Like they're really struggling. Things got really complex really quick on them. They don't have access to OEM information. They don't have access to OEM tools. They don't have access to the training that the OEMs can provide. I have no idea how these shops just even try to figure it out. If a 2018 truck rolls in there with a bunch of electrical issues and emission, I have no idea how they do that without a bunch of resources that we provide. It's got to be tough. I'm sure you guys see a lot of that kind of head scratching going on when customers roll in. So
we have 2 full truck repair facilities, and to be quite honest, there is a lot of head scratching that goes on without having the information that we have and the time spent in the field for the emissions side of it. It could be a little bit tricky. And I think there's a whole lot of YouTube University going on and people just getting information and content from people that may have an idea, but it's a little bit...
Well, you can always trust anything you see online or on the internet,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I see that a lot in the Facebook groups. I follow a lot of driver Facebook groups and a lot of diesel technician ones. And man, there was a lot of bad answers that people are giving people. Yeah. I'm like, I don't think you should do that at all, right? But they're all needing it. And I think for companies like yours and companies for ours that are out there saying, hey, we're going to make this easy. We're going to provide you access to these things, and we're going to help you get your truck fixed or up and running. It's just a huge market for people that can solve other people's problems.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we're really, really happy partnering with you guys. I know you guys advertise on our platforms.
Yeah.
We got some partnership deals going on. We're going to be announcing that we're actually selling your I'm sorry, what's the correct line of the cleaning equipment?
Filtertherm.
Filtertherm, yeah. Yep. So explain the Filtertherm line and kind of what equipment is in the Filtertherm line.
So the Filtertherm line is basically what we sell is a process with Filtertherm. And so we have the DPF cleaning oven. It's an oven that's capable of cleaning 8 to 12 filters at a time. It has smart touchscreens, so you don't have to really be smart to use it. You just got to know what you're putting into it. That's the product that we started building originally. Now we have the Filtertherm pulse cleaner. Used to be blue, now it's red. It was a Donaldson brand, but now it's a red product. And we have our inspection table. The inspection table is really where all the process goes and the learning. So you find out a lot about the filter in our inspection table. So
you guys make the equipment. You obviously sell your own line of DPF filters.
We do, yeah.
And you have something that nobody else does with their DPF filters, and that's the born-on weight. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Explain to everybody what the born-on weight is.
So in the filter cleaning process, we're looking at the born-on weight because we want to know how much ash comes out of the filter. We also have FilterTrack. FilterTrack is an online website that's free. You go on to FilterTrack, log in, and any place that cleans your filter, you can get them to input all your information into the website and kind of see over the years, you can see an increase or decrease in ash content. Is your engine running better? Is it running worse? Are you getting more miles between cleanings? Gives you an idea when to dig into the engine for diagnostics.
So one of the biggest lies/myths I see around DPF filters and OEM dealers is, hey, this is a remand OEM filter.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So explain to the audience when an OEM says this filter's in remand, what have they actually done to it to make it remand?
So I can't speak for the OE, but I can tell you a remanufactured filter is a filter that has been taken off of a truck for a reason. There's a reason it came off the truck. It was clean and inspected by somebody and put back into service. If that person didn't find an issue, it went right back into service.
So how do you know the inside's not cracked in that honeycomb area inside those things when you buy a remand filter from an OEM? Or how do you know? I mean, that thing could have been on 3 trucks by the time you get it, right?
Absolutely. You really don't know.
Yeah. So, I mean, what you guys sell are new filters with no core charges.
That's correct.
First of all, right?
Not in California, by the way.
Not in California, yeah. Yeah. So
throw that plug in.
Yeah. Okay. So why is that? Why can't these aftermarket filters be sold in California?
Basically, the reason they can't be sold in California is it doesn't have an EO number. We haven't paid California for the rights to sell them in California. The testing's all been done. It's just paying California for the right to sell product. It's not something that we're really interested in. So.
Yeah, and I'm sure California wants a very reasonable price in order to sell that product.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I can imagine. It's probably, yeah. So I do know California. Like I said, I view it as kind of planet Mars with a lot of things, right?
I do too, and I live there.
Yeah, so. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, when I think reman, what it should be, I think like a brake shoe, right? Like you take the lining off and it's sandblasted and repainted and reshoed.
Right.
And that just doesn't happen with DPF filters. They basically do probably a liquid cleaning of some sort is what I've been told at the OEMs. Even in like Cummins' own literature, it says in fine print that it's basically just been cleaned. It hasn't gone through any kind of rebuild process. And a lot of times the core charges are just a pain for everybody, right? So say I go to the dealer, and I'm at a repair shop, I have a customer, he needs a DPF. I bring the core to the dealer, I get my one from him, and then the dealer 3 weeks later decides to charge me back because my core is shot. Right. And my customer's long gone and I have no way to go recover that money from that customer. So you kind of open yourself to exposure when you're dealing with cores of high value because they're not cheap cores in these DPF filters at either.
Right.
I mean, they're in the thousands of dollars. So it's a crazy thing. So all that, you also do some of the engineering work and working with the team there a little bit as well?
I do, yeah. Yeah, I'm part of the product development team. So all of the products that we put out, we do a lot of testing and we got a lot of brains involved and everybody has their own input. And Steve's pretty good about listening to input. And if he likes what you're saying, then he'll let you work with it. But if he doesn't, then...
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Steve's totally, I don't work for him, obviously, right? But he's totally the guy I would totally go hang out at the bar and have a bunch of beers with. And I think he'd tell me like story after story after story. And I'd be up there till like 3 a.m.
And everyone, after a conversation with Steve, everyone leaves in a good mood. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, he's a great guy. We consider, Diesel Emissions Services one of our strategic partners. We're selling your products. You guys are helping push some of ours. We've done some joint venture deals, giving some of your customers free years for truckfaultcodes.com and some of these other platforms.
Which is great, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a great tool. I love it. I use it in all of my training classes, and I hand them out in my training classes, actually.
Yep. Well, we have a new one coming out. I don't think we showed it to you, but it's Truck Parts Lookup, where you can actually look up parts through exploded views. That's coming out. We launched our Truck Labor Times platform recently, and we got a whole bunch queued up. So we're pretty excited about 2020 and all the stuff we have.
As a matter of fact, I was told to ask you about those about 15 minutes ago via text. So yeah.
I'll show you a quick demo of that after we get done here. And then, you were telling me a quick story before. You actually heard of Diesel laptops kind of when I got started a long time ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago, I was online looking for a laptop, looking for some diagnostic tools for our shops. And I seen Diesel laptops online on eBay, $600 for a CAT laptop. And I'm like, that's got to be illegal. There's no way that's correct. And then...
Well, we get a lot of used stuff coming through here, and we got a lot of specialized stuff coming through here as well, and obviously different functionality these different things do. But it's amazing on the marketing side how many times you have to get in front of somebody for them to actually gauge and do business with you. So we always talk about on our side is that customers need to see our name at least 10 times before they're going to choose to engage and do business with us. So it's one of those things that we're on eBay, we're on Amazon, we're on our website, we're obviously here doing the podcast and YouTube videos and all that stuff. So, I mean, you've never been here at our facility before.
No.
What are your thoughts? You've been here for a couple of days.
To be perfectly honest with you, I'm blown away. I'm blown away with the operation in general, how you guys approach things. I think it's fantastic. Your training is phenomenal. So I think it's definitely a great thing. I think your customers would really, to sit in on your Texa class, your half-day class, you would get a lot of information out of what Texa is all about and how it works in your laptops. And we're going to buy some for sure. So
yeah, well, we're excited to be coming out to California with you guys and putting our training classes out there and working with you. I know you'll be teaching a bunch of them. It sounds like.
Yeah, I'm a bit nervous to teach you guys this information. To be honest, the electrical course, I'm like scratching my head, going, okay, this is real stuff here, guys. Like you're not You're not joking. You're not playing around.
Yeah, and it's not like I said, theoretical or professor. It's actual real life. Hey, these are the things you need to do to fix trucks. So, we're excited about that. And the more people we teach and the more people we're out there helping, I think it helps everybody at the end of the day. So with all that said, if somebody wants to get a hold of Diesel Emission Services, what's the best way to do that? You
can reach out to support at dieselemissionservice.com, support at filtertherm.com, any of them. Go to our website.
Can we go on LinkedIn and find Steve Hoke and just start picking him a little bit?
Please pick on Steve on LinkedIn. That'd be fantastic.
I think he's on there all the time. As soon as I post something, he always makes a comment or likes something right away. So I think he must have that open all the time on his phone.
He doesn't sleep is what it is. He goes to work at 3 a.m. and he goes home at midnight, I think.
Hey, perfect. My type of guy.
Yeah, his office is always on.
Well, very cool. Anything I missed that we should have talked about?
No, I think it's pretty good.
We got it covered?
Yeah, I'm glad. Thanks for having us. I really appreciate being out here and seeing what you guys do. I'm excited to partner with you.
Yeah, well, hopefully I'll get out to California here eventually.
Yeah.
That's a long flight, man, all the way out west.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not ready for it.
Yeah, time zone changes are a killer. Mm-hmm. So there you go, everyone. Again, this is Tyler Robertson on the DL. We had Junior here from Diesel Emission Services talking about DPFs and the training classes and retrofits and all those things going on. And at the end of the day, make sure you check out our website, diesellaptops.com. On there, you can find the training links. We'll be announcing the upcoming classes out in California.
Absolutely.
Plus all the other cities we're opening up. So again, Junior, really glad to have the episode. Thank you very much. For all our listeners, we'll catch you on the next one.
Awesome. You're welcome. Thank you.